Yo, I hereby conclude we in here watching the Iron OGs podcast. Today we got back, and I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of me using the two new pieces I got from Gronk Fitness. Okay, now this is part of the Home Gym series. Home Gym series, baby. We got the T-bar row, which a lot of people have not seen because a lot of people didn't review. We also have the seated row. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm probably going to show y'all some footage of me using it and then just talk about it and explain a little bit of the story behind it as I'm showing you the footage. So it's going to be slightly different because I'm not going to have this long introduction. Do I recommend them? Yeah, everything I tried from the Gronk line is great. I did try their plate loaded pull down, which is what I initially went to the store to go get. More on that, but I ended up not getting it for two reasons. One, the first time I went to the store, I tried everything they had because the location of the G&G by me was not by me, but like on McKnight Road, right? They were closing down, so they had a lot of the equipment. They had the pull down in the back. They had the T-bar row. They had the chest press. They even had the standing hip thrust, which the standing hip thrust I got from H Fagus H. That's why I bought that, because I couldn't afford the one that they had, even though it was a floor model. I didn't have money for it. Plus, that took the 1-inch plates. But they didn't have the seated row. Now, when I decided I was going to go get the pull down, I realized that I would just have to bite the bullet and get some Olympic plates for it. I was cool for it. Cool to do that. That was probably like maybe 2 months later. I don't know when that was. It was a short time later, though, because we just went over to that store. This all transpired a little quickly. But, yeah, I didn't know they had standing hip thrust machines. So I bought one. That was Christmas time, actually, yeah. So I bought that. Or was that my birthday? No, it was Christmas, bro. It was Christmas. It was December. So, yeah, I bought that. And, yeah. So long story short, before I get into it, I went ahead. Now, it's February, birthday time. I go to the store. I'm going to go a little bit more into details. But I go to the store to get the pull down. And I try to pull down. I already know it, but it feels good. It feels good. It's a good pull down. That plate loaded pull down feels good. The only thing is the handles don't rotate in. So you can't do it. We like to do the neutral pull down into the lat. You can't do that. The handles move and it feels natural, but you can only do a standard pull down. Supinated, I don't like the way it feels. But it is a great pull down if you're planning on getting that. It's a good leverage pull down. So it's pretty. I realized after looking at it too that I didn't have enough room, but they had the seated row that you see all over the internet. I did not have the ability to try it before because it was like the only machine that wasn't at the other store. So keep in mind, I went to a different store to try these out and to go pick it up. So what happened was I tried it, felt so good, I decided to switch the order around, buy that, and get the T-bar row. It turns out the T-bar row was the floor model for the that I tried out at the other store. Now, keep in mind, these stores are kind of like 45 minutes apart from each other, I believe. Maybe half an hour. I'm not quite sure. But the guy that was there at the other store when I had initially gone there, he was also at this store this particular day. So, yeah, we were talking for a long while. But I ended up just getting those two instead. So I'll go into more details about that, but I want to show y'all the footage and talk about it.
90% of the lifting population, but for the other 10%.
All right, so this is literally my first time using this in an actual session. I did use it again for the second time yesterday, but it is what it is. So you can see I really do like using both hands at the same time, but I did experiment with one hand at a time yesterday, and I was able to get a real good contraction, man. I do not like the hammer strength one, really, at all. The hammer strength version. People compare this to the hammer strength. I like this way more. I don't know if it's just the way I'm put together or what, but I have a feeling most people really don't enjoy the hammer strength version, as it's probably intended to be used because everyone stands up on it. Right, but I do enjoy using the hammer strength two hands and then kind of letting it stretch out during the last, and then kind of like winging it back, if that makes sense. Like contracting the leg outwards, almost like a bird flapping his wings. Anyways, I'm getting far and beyond what I'm supposed to be talking about. This is not a workout critique. This is the home gym
series. And we are talking about these two items from Gronk Fitness. Really love this. I see why it's probably like their number one seller. I may even check out the chest press. I tried it briefly, but I didn't want to play around with it too much at the store because it was already sold to someone else. And I tried it because it was at the location that was closing down, and people pretty much bought everything except this. Well, not this, but except the T-bar rail I was talking about. Now, my lats have been, when your lats are sore, it's not like usually, you get a different type of soreness, especially after a while. My lats are rarely sore. Let me tell you, after using this time and the last time, my lats were definitely sore. Okay? And those plates that you have, if you've been watching, you realize that these are the only two machines that I have that only take Olympic-sized plates. Everything else takes both because I use 1-inch plates. So I actually saw that this was so worth to buy that not only did I buy these two machines, I bought Olympic plates to go with them. Now, the time that I bought them, they were on sale, and I was able to get a good deal. And that's all we're going to say about that. But essentially, it worked out to where, in my estimates, I essentially was able to get two machines for the price of one. When I go factor in the cost and everything, and that was great. And I feel great because I turned 30 this year, so this is my 30th birthday, and on my 30th birthday, they blessed me. G&G Fitness definitely blessed me. Thank you guys. You're doing a great job. And it's good to buy equipment from, like, I remember being a kid, I probably haven't mentioned this on the channel, but like my dad had a home gym. It was mostly cardio based with like a weight bench and whatnot, but I remember going as a kid to G&G Fitness with him a few times. The location changed, basically moved up the street. But that kind of framed, that kind of shaped the framework for what it means to have a gym. I never thought about going to the gym. I always thought about doing a home gym from those experiences. So it kind of comes full circle. I got my FT1 from G&G Fitness, and then I got these pieces of Gronk equipment from G&G Fitness. And the Gronkowskis own G&G Fitness. They've been involved with the industry for decades. G&G Fitness, as G&G Fitness apparently is as old as I am, or maybe slightly older. So this brand has been growing steadily and growing with me, and it's still there. It's one of the few places I'll say that is still around that does big business with a physical store. And the great benefit, because I asked them these questions, because I actually did offer these services if they didn't have them, is that if you don't know how to use your equipment, they'll show you how to use it. They actually have people, and the people are knowledgeable. They've been in the industry, they've been training their whole lives, or they know equipment, they've been involved, like they're knowledgeable.
There we go.
They're not just people who got the job and don't know anything.
I had left to put these.
So that's what I really appreciate about them.
Let's get it.
Now, as far as the T-bar row, I wasn't originally planning on buying a T-bar row. I told you I was originally planning on just buying a pull down, which I bought two things that weren't that. I went to Webb's. I used the Cybex T-bar row, and then I realized that it wasn't too bad on my back if I kind of like hinged the movement. The way whoa, that looks like I got like 20 toes here. That's creepy, but I don't.
Goodness.
So,
Juicy.
yeah,
Juicy.
I like this. It feels really good on the lats. I got a really great pump.
Good. Oh, my fault. Feels real good on the lats. I got them in conjunction because when I used this, I felt it differently. I didn't even use this. So when I did the A back workout, I believe, that I didn't get to film, when I was at Webb's, they have the Cybex version of the T-bar row like this, which I usually don't use because of my back, right? But I noticed that I kind of lean and move into the movement, keep the weight a little bit lighter, and really contract the lats, and it feels good, but it feels different than a seated row or any other machine. So when I went to go, which I had already tried this machine out before then, but I really went and used it. So like in the actual session. So that I made the decision right there. If the price was right, I would get both of them. Now it just so happens to turn out that they were able to give me It was the floor model, so I was able to get a good deal on it. And they were able to give me a good deal on the row. Long story short, without getting into too much details. So basically, I got 2 machines for the price of 1. All right. And it was funny because I was definitely, before that, I was praying. I was like, you know what, Lord, if they could give me, I'll buy it. I'll buy that T-bar row. If I can get a good deal on it, if I could basically get it 2 for 1, I'll buy it. No problem. I will not question it. I will buy it. And then I go in there, and that's basically what happened. I was not planning on buying that when I went in there. I went in there to get the pull down, realized, one, it was a little bit too big, but I still liked the feel, so I was going to chance it. I had a table in there. I had to take the table out. I had to take the door off. I saw the door's not on there, to take it out and then put it down the back. They left, when we bought the house, it was in there because you couldn't get it out of the room. And the screws were worn out, so you couldn't even unscrew the table to take it apart. Big sturdy thing too. But anyways, so I went in there. I saw that seated row. I tried it for the first time. I was like, oh, the hype is real. And I really wanted to get that plate loaded pull down because I wanted to be one of the first people to actually review it because nobody's reviewed it. And they didn't miss on that. The only thing is that the handles don't rotate, but they did not miss on that. I was going to use my flex grips on there. Great machine. Everything I tried from Gronk is good. But anyways, so that's how I ended up getting that. That's how I ended up deciding on getting that one and not a chest supported T-bar row like y'all see me use. Y'all know, if y'all been watching the channel, I do have some back issues. But it feels good. Hit it right in the lats. Nice. I was just looking, the pump is crazy too. The pump hurt a little bit. First time I ever had that. Of course, I'm taking out Todd Lee Fenris Fury. So jump on that. Todd Lee, if you see this, I'm not asking for no code or nothing. You can just send me more Fenris Fury if you want. Or I could just keep paying for the Fenris Fury and you could just give me a shout out. Or maybe give me a little consult. Or I could just keep buying it and you just don't give me nothing. Right? Because nothing in this life is for free, and I respect that. You put in the work, so I like supporting our fellow bodybuilders, fitness, wellness professionals, and especially people who are actually medically educated, doctors who are really trying to help, not just, out here being satisfied with a degree and putting everything in like a formula, really trying to help. So I appreciate that. We need more people like you. We need more people like you really in and outside of the hospital. But yeah, that's it on that. I'm going to get y'all another set and we're going to see what's up. This is the home gym series. I'm showing you how the Gronk seated row and the Gronk T-bar row. And I'm probably trying to get more if I can get better footage on that.
I don't understand why.
All right. So, long story short, I gave y'all some repeat details, but it is what it is. That's the story behind it. My wife was in the car for like 4 hours because I was in there talking and she just didn't want to come in. She refused to come in. I don't know if she thinks I'll take any less time if she does that or she just didn't feel like coming in the store. I told her that you should come in because I'm going to get in here. It's going to be a while because I always get to talking. Like, I'm one of those people, I'm realizing that I don't know anybody where we're at. Sometimes we're in a completely different city and I'm still in there talking to people like I know them. I just find somebody. Sometimes I'm talking to them longer, probably because I know I may never see them again or whatever. But yeah, this was good. This was the week after the meet and greet, by the way. I may put up the picture that I got to take with Brett Wilkin. I'm gonna still tell y'all about that. We just a little bit behind. Now I started experimenting with this wide grip because I'm like, there's 2 grips on the T-bar row and everybody only uses 1. So I'm going to use both. And dude, I'm glad that I did. I cannot wait to see where my back development is at once I finally cut down. I mean, I can see my back decently enough, but I really want to see a little bit of details. My back has been coming up ever since I bought that pullover machine. My legs have been taking a turn for the better. And I started incorporating some other exercises, really putting them in one by one. This last year and a half, my lats have taken their independence, and I am happy about that. And I've been focusing more and more on them.
But we'll see. Also, using these handles, I was able to feel it in a different place in my lower back. Felt great. The contraction, like in the lower lats. So I'm going to use both handles, and then I'm going to have a lat pull down right here. I'm not going to show you how the full workout today, but I'm hitting mostly lats today. And honestly, This is great. I do have a chest supported selector rest machine here for lats, which I showed y'all I think in another video. But I think I'm gonna stick with this, and then every once in a while if my back gives me trouble, use the other one. We'll see though. I will say this, machine's great, feels great. Nice little squeeze. I'm interested in seeing how my back comes up. I've made the greatest back gains since basically getting to pull down and switching my stuff. I'm gonna show y'all better. So I got this back here. I'm doing some, it ain't spring cleaning, but you can tell now that I moved a lot of stuff, there's some important work stuff in there. Like this is the laundry room, so I gotta reconfigure everything. I'll put some stuff together. Yeah, I picked that up. Eon Fit Omni, I'm at. You can get this on Temu now without the branding. You get it on Temu, $200 less than what I bought it for, just to keep y'all updated, by the way. And if y'all, I do those pretty much last and push it. That's a lot for me on that particular machine at that angle. You probably like, that's a little bit of weight you got on there. It sure is a little bit of weight, but it does what it needs to do. And my legs are bigger than most of y'all, so we straight. I'm not worried about proving how strong my legs are. Been there, done that. But that's not what this video is about. And you let the muscle do the working. Let the muscle do the working. Okay? So if you're interested in these machines, definitely reach out. I would say check G&G's website first, then Gronk Fitness. Of course, they got the little deals. If you stack plate loaded machinery together, you get a little discount. You get some weights too if you don't have any weights. I'm going to figure out what's going on with the weight plates I have. I will plan just to get a little bit more. Just I have more increments. I want to get some 15s. I got a video coming soon, real soon, on the importance of 13s and the benefits of 15s and 20s if you can get them. So yeah, watch that. Share your comments on that. And yeah, read the link, read the description. Okay, like this video, read the description if you're interested in some research chemicals like SLU, PP332, and retatrutide, all that kind of stuff. You know, research chemicals, not technically for human consumption, but you know, get it how you live. How you gonna act? Oh, if you need a gym pen, use my code. All right, I got my stuff live again. Oh, wait. Yeah.